I'm Grumps. I'm not so Grump. And we're the GameGrumps.
Hello, welcome back to Game Grump.
Hello.
I am friend Aaron.
Why is her skirt always blowing up? Do you notice that? There is no draft in this room.
Why is her hair always blowing up?
That's true.
It's like somebody with an invisible pipe.
And it's like she hasn't 3D printed the rest of her arms yet, so she has to hold them behind her back.
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, friend Aaron. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Jesus, what were we thinking? Why don't we just push you off a cliff?
We've really forced you into the situation, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. You're such a clubless bitch. I don't know if you plan to just come... I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
What does that mean?
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Oh, sorry.
And those are mangoes! you need to stop taking drinks. You're gonna snarf.
Processing. Indeed, I have made an error. Ironic that I make an error in the literature club about a word. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Monga. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I think she popped.
Don't worry, guys. Friend Aaron always considers stressed as long as he's having fun.
I'm not having fun.
He helps me with busy work without me even asking.
Now let's...
So you leave faster.
So let's help reinflate Natsuki.
Just goes sailing around the room.
Like cooking and cleaning my room.
How dependable.
Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting, stupid fucking idiot.
I can't jerk off with all this mess.
And you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so? I'm a pyromaniac.
You two are really good friends, aren't you?
What gave you that idea?
I might be a little jealous. No. I want to set my house on fire.
How come you and friend Aaron can become good friends too?
Yeah, we can become good friends. Sayori. Dot. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Whoops.
We can share a cock. What? Oh, you're even brought you something today, you know?
Wait, Sayori.
Me?
Not really.
Don't be shy.
It's really nothing.
What is it? It's just gonna go
Never
on
mind.
for like a day.
Yeah.
What is it? Show him! I don't want to show you. What'd you get me?
Why don't you show him?
I don't want it.
Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do?
I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking.
No, you weren't. Get out of here.
This isn't the first time you've done this. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. I'm sure people get crappy gifts all the time.
Oh my god.
First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise.
I'm so embarrassed my red embarrassment lines are going over my bangs.
My eyes have completely vanished. I can't see. I'm so embarrassed. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Unless it's gonorrhea.
Maybe I'll stick my boobs out and my butt out. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches- oh.
Yo, Yuri reaches into her bag, pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's Clifford the Big Red
Episode 4. The
Clifford in space. It's a short-
Clifford X.
It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, because you're stupid. Even if you don't usually read, you're stupid. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted.
This is...
We could tear out the pages and spread it out of your bed and fuck on it. Oh, I'm gonna call you Clifford. Is that cool?
Do you like Huey Lewis in the news? How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much.
Huey Lewis had a lot of really good albums. I prefer Sports. I think that's his best.
It's the most accomplished album.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Give me the book.
Phew, that was close. For a minute there, I thought you were gonna leave, and you're my Huey. Without you, I'd just be the news. You can read it whenever. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but instead she's malfunctioning in the corner, her head spinning all fast, lasers shooting out of every tip of her fingers. But that doesn't seem to be the case. So Yuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet.
Rummage.
I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand.
I lost my hand!
You looking for something in there?
Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point of keeping your collection organized if someone else is gonna mess it all up?
Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and bosses across the shelf. Manga. I don't know why I just said manga.
You read manga, right?
Sometimes. Manga's one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway?
Cause you fucking said it the other day. Like a bunch of times. Besides, it's kind of written on your face.
What's that supposed to mean?
It says Inuyashiki on your forehead. Look in the mirror, idiot.
I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on one side of the shelves. They look juicy and delicious. Curious, I pull it out of the stack.
There it is!
Natsuki snatches it out of my hand.
Don't touch my shit!
She then turns to a box. Oh, I thought it said she turns into a box of manga.
Help! I'm reducing!
That's where she goes every time she sinks. Like another part of her has become a manga.
She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest.
Much better. Seeing a box set with one book's mixing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. God damn this green snaggletooth.
I know that feel. I watched my grandmother die in front of me.
What, honey? I guess that would be worse than seeing a manga out of place, isn't it?
Get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls. It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible.
If you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass on that door.
She points to the classroom door. It's not made of glass.
You want to do it? In the glass in the door behind it? Put them on the glass?
Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything.
It was the tone of your voice.
I didn't say anything.
But I'll tell you one thing, friend. The tone of your silence. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. Like, at first I thought you were an asshole, but now I just think you're an idiot. Which informs your assholeness. In fact...
Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box.
I'm gonna show you exactly why.
She shoves the book right into my hands.
What the fuck is this thing?
I stare at the cover. It says Parfait Girls.
This computer's broken.
It features... Why aren't the
made of
words
paper.
changing? I can't scroll. Yeah. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe.
I wish there were animated feminine poses in this game.
Yeah.
Jeez. They're just torturing us.
I wish it just said it's exceedingly moe.
Yeah.
Like Mo Sislak.
Oh, yeah. Or the band.
There's a band called Mo?
Yeah, with the dot at the end of it. M-O-A. You remember that?
No.
All right, well, let's go with the guy with the bowl cut from Three Stooges then. Let's go with that, Mo.
Don't just stand there.
Ooh, Natsuki grabs my arms and pulls me out of the closet.
You were in there?
She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the window sills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. It's fun to imagine when things happen instead of seeing them.
Here we are, sitting down in front of the windowsill.
Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I mean, there's tons of empty ones.
It's fun to imagine.
I take my seat. It's part of what the literature club is. You have to imagine the scenarios. Chairs wouldn't work.
What the fuck are you talking about?
We can't read at the same time like that.
Yes, you can. Pull the chairs together.
Why is that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Line! Don't just say that! You make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly suspect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I could say it's a particularly bad thing.
Excuse me.
I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. She takes a bite of my neck. I bleed profusely.
But only from the one spot where her green tooth enters my my jugular.
It turns out her mouth is like a Komodo dragon, filled with harmful bacteria. That's why the tooth is green, and there's only one. How long has it been since they were at the beginning?
Everything's blurry. Here I am at the hospital. Like the exact same classroom setup.
Just imagine. Huh? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? No, not really. Maybe sometimes after I finish the series, I guess. Hey, you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. Looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typically slice of life affair. Guy joins a literature club, meets 4 girls. Kind of grew out of these, since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough for it to make up for the lack of plot. So, I hate your book.
Pretty meta.
Yeah. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Well, obviously.
I feel like I'm talking to the game designers right now.
Yeah. Would you think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning's about simple things, and the book really doesn't have a plot or anything. Like, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at an ice cream shop. But that just helps you to get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama, like when they get into their backstories and then some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts.
Please show me those.
Yeah, like here you have to touch here, and touch there. Is that so?
Wait, did the poetry? Well, first of all, it's time for next time on GameGrumps. Secondly, did the poem we wrote have any effect on how this is playing out?
I guess you'll find out.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Next time on GameGrumps.
We didn't even see the girl that we impressed the most. She fucking.
You'll see.
Okay. I just want you to know, I wasn't checking my phone. I was looking up a list of Clifford the Big Red Dog books so I can reference them.
I didn't
more
even
easily.
notice.
Perfect.